Okay, what is up, everybody? My name is Death or Dex, and today I would like to talk about my favorite music, or my favorite types of music, and the evolution of when I first started listening to music as far back as I can remember, when I was a kid and until now. And yeah, so pretty much getting right into it, when I was a kid, I used to listen to fucking boy bands and fucking shit like that. I used to listen to Backstreet Boys, I used to listen to NSYNC and all that shit. Um, yeah, it was pretty bad thinking about it now, but I mean, yeah, I mean, a lot of kids listen to that shit. But yeah, as I got maybe to like I don't remember what grade, probably like fourth grade or so, I eventually found a band called The Offspring, and their first CD, Americana, I remember, and I think "Pretty Fly for a White Guy" I think was the actual song that caught my attention, and yeah, that was actually the first or maybe breaking point band or CD that I had gotten um, since the whole boy band girl fucking pop shit. And yeah, I listened to The Offspring for a while, and I think it was like sixth grade or so. I had found well, before that I had listened to bands like Alien Ant Farm between this and then, but yeah, I got to sixth grade and I remember hearing Linkin Park, their first CD, Hybrid Theory, and when I heard Crawling and In the End off of that CD, that was pretty much it. That was my first heavier CD that I got into, and when I got that CD, I listened to it a lot, like a lot, and I don't know, that CD even to this day is probably one of my favorite overall CDs to ever came out. It was a really solid CD in my opinion, and I think that there's a lot of I think every song on that CD was quality and was good and very good and well made and very replayable, and I can still listen to it this day, and it will always be one of my favorite CDs. But yeah, getting into high school, I started getting into heavier music. I remember my first heavy band I listened to, well, heavier, in the metal area, um, was Slipknot. Uh, I don't know what it was about them. At this time in my life, I was actually decently depressed. I had struggled from a lot of depression and anxiety, and I still do to this day. But yeah, Slipknot really caught my attention, and I started listening to them a lot. And I don't know, I really fucking liked them, and I was starting to get into heavier music and getting used to it. And yeah, I mean, a lot of people listen to bands like Slipknot and think it's fucking crazy or just a bunch of noise or whatever and shit. But I mean, if you actually get into the technicalities of it, there's a shit ton of talent in these metal bands. If you know anything about growling or the guitar or structures of songs and shit. But yeah, back to the topic. Slipknot was first heaviest bands. Yeah, I listened to whatever came out. Train of thought is gone. But yeah, what else? Yeah, I also got into bands like Korn and Mudvayne. This was around like 9th or 10th grade and shit. And yeah, Mudvayne, Korn, Lamb of God was a big one. I'm trying to think of some other bands I got into. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea if you know about this type of music. Those type of bands I got into, and from there it just progressed. They got heavier and heavier, and it got darker and darker and angrier, and it was it pretty much my tolerance for heaviness had gotten pretty high, and I had eventually started getting into death metal and melodic death metal and deathcore and metalcore and shit like that. And to this day, this is where I'm at. This is my favorite type of music. Is deathcore and death metal and shit like that. And it pretty much just progressed to that. And even today, I'm looking for heavier bands to listen to, and I don't know. It's just like a never-ending tolerance for heaviness. I don't know. And I mean, the bands I listen to today are some of the bands that I do my montages on, and some of my favorite bands today would be Whitechapel, did a montage with them. Die Hard is Murder. I recently, Reap What You Saw episode 10 had Die Hard is Murder in it. And some other bands I listen to now are Suicide Silence, rest in peace, Mitch Lucker. The band unfortunately will never be the same. But yeah, Suicide Silence and the fuck other bands. Carnifex. Carnifex is a big one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure none of you guys have ever heard of bands like that. And if you have, and if you do listen to them, I'm pretty sure you'd probably be like, "What the fuck?" But yeah, I mean they're pretty heavy, and my music has definitely gotten progressively heavy. But yeah, I guess that's bringing it to the end of this commentary. It's just crazy to see the evolution of music and how people go from something like pop and Backstreet Boys to fucking Die Hard is Murder and shit like that. But yeah, that's it for this commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, have a great day.